undisciplined.
That's my mix. Yeah. I'll be right back. Who's your coach? Oh, there it is. All right, you heard it right now. I'm going to go in about 10 to 5 minutes. You're the best, thank you. We'll make sure we mention your name. That's right.
He turned Gopher Boy, Steve Kirk.
It's the most we've done in 3 years here, believe me.
I remember that when I put on the pay voucher.
No, that's really. Where? Nobody wants that.
I want to know. Oh, let me tell you something. I want to play. I want to play. What do you say? Come on in the video shot. No. Too good. Too good. I'll go to real quick. All right, good.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and welcome right here to Notre Dame West Haven High School as we settle in for high school basketball. The CIAC basketball tournament getting underway here tonight. Don Boyle, Jared Murphy alongside for the call of this one. A host of others helping us out behind the scenes. Manchester Indians in town to take on the Green Knights here, Jared. And boy, they got one of those lookout guys out there on that Manchester floor, a guy that can really get the job done here tonight.
Yes, Christian Walker, that's who you're referring to here. It's and first off, let me say it's good to be back with you on air. I know you had a little bit of a break there, enjoying a cruise, looking very tan. I'm very jealous.
Well, thank you so much. But, please don't let anybody know that they think I make money, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, so you were mentioning about Christian Walker. Yeah, sharpshooter. I guess his scouting report is as soon as he gets into the gym, you have to guard him. Because I guess he can light it up pretty much anywhere, so we're going to see that. We can see some pretty good height here. Also, so from Balin Eason, about 6'5", big, solid-looking young man. And a little bit more of their scouting report is that they look to run, that they have a lot of fastness to their game. So I think Notre Dame's going to have their handful of time. Well,
coming out of the CCC, at least the teams I've witnessed playing out of the CCC, they really like to get up and down the floor. And it could be a different pace to what Notre Dame is accustomed to, other than maybe the Hill Houses of the world out there.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And as far, for Notre Dame facing teams like that, they haven't faced really a ton of them. I mean, they did face Hill House in the SEC's tournament time, but regular season didn't face a lot of really strong, fast break running teams. Where Manchester, they're playing teams like Glastonbury and Hartford Public, and I think Weaver, and all close games for them. So I would assume if you're Notre Dame, you're just going to try and make them play your game, which is like half court, slow, in your sets. And I think if you're Manchester, you want to turn the tempo up and try and get your guy, Christian Walker, there some good looks.
Green Knights of Notre Dame coming in as the 15th seed in this Class L tournament, 14-6 overall. Manchester coming in as the 18th seed at 13-7 on the season. So interesting matchup. Obviously, CCC, biggest conference in the state of Connecticut. SCC, the second biggest conference in the state of Connecticut. And, the lucky team who wins this game gets a chance to play Hill House on Wednesday.
I know it. That's the thing, man. I mean, there's your reward. You win this one, you get Hill House. You just won SEC. Arguably, one of the best teams in the state who can really do everything well. Manchester wins. They play them. That'd be a great game, great matchup. Notre Dame wins. They get to see them again. Maybe hoping for a little bit of redemption from last time. It was pretty much a blowout. So, we're going to have an interesting game here tonight. We're going to see how it goes.
Interesting for Coach Gary Palladino. If he picks up a win here tonight versus Manchester, it'll be win number 500 as a high school basketball coach. And that is unthinkable to me.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, 500 of anything is a lot. So, pretty impressive. He's got quite a legacy. We've talked about many times on the air. Sort of the fruits of that labor. He's got his assistant coach and freshman coach. He's got coaches on other teams in SECs, other coaches in the state, other coaches in the country that he's been helped to develop them as players and as coaches. So he's had quite an impact over his years.
Certainly has, and it's no secret playing, could be his final game on the bench for the Green Knights of Notre Dame if they do not beat Manchester here today, and of course could extend it with a victory and Hill House on Wednesday as he will step down as the head coach after a terrific run, over 400 wins here as a coach at Notre Dame High School.
Crazy. Last time we did his last home game, afterwards had a little get-together downstairs in the auditorium there, and he's mentioned about how he has 45 years basketball coaching under his belt. I mean, that's just incredible.
Really is. He's been at it a long time. Very inspirational leader also as a head coach. Steve Kirk came up to us prior to the start of this broadcast and mentioned the fact that he was down in the locker room taping the pregame speech, and he said he wanted to put his old uniform back on. Unfortunately, it didn't fit. That's what I heard.
I can't imagine it didn't fit Steve Kirk.
Steve's dad was here earlier today also, wishing everybody well. Of course, part of the Notre Dame family for many, many years, and son taking over doing a great job, obviously. He was part of the Notre Dame staff. So going to have the introduction of the starting lineups in just a moment. Manchester once again coming in as the 18th seed in this tournament. Notre Dame coming in seeded 15th as we get the best part of the year underway in the CIAC tournament. Looking forward to this one. Just want to mention that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Curtis Ryan Honda, Connecticut's oldest Honda dealership. Their no-hassle, no-pressure sales team is refreshing. They can combine that with top-notch service department. It makes buying and owning an experience second to none. Located on Bridgeport Avenue in Shelton, Curtis Ryan is a proud new sponsor of GoGreenKnights.com. Visit them online at curtisryan.com. And I bought a couple of cars from Mr. DeMarce, and I tell you what, I'm healthy, safe, and they ran perfectly. So there you go.
That's the endorsement right there?
That's right. That's the endorsement. That's right. Got my stepdaughter in one of his automobiles right now, so that's how safe they are and how nicely they run. So special thanks to Ed DeMarce and, of course, all the sponsors, part of GoGreenKnights.com. So the starting lineup right now being introduced for Manchester, Clifton Thompson, who get a start tonight at 6'3". He's certainly terrific. Another starter out there will be Edward Mack, a senior guard at 5'10". Christian Walker, the guy to watch, one of the tri-captains, senior at 5'9". Also starting Devin Johnson, a forward at 6'1", a senior, and Quan. Actually, it's going to be Devin Johnson, as I mentioned, Christian Walker, Edward Mack, Thompson, and there he is, Balin Eason getting a start as one of the starters. All right, we'll step aside, and we'll be back. We got a little feature. We'll bring you a special feature on the starting lineup for Notre Dame right after this.
Landscape design and installation, our interlocking concrete paver system will add beauty to your patio and walkway. We share our location with our own Soundview Landscape Supply. Please visit us at 50 Industry Drive in West Haven. Ivy League Landscaping, from custom design to seasonal maintenance and supplies. Visit our website at ivyleaguelandscaping.com. As Network Group, we are committed to offering simple and meaningful solutions to your complex problems. We work hard to achieve the highest levels of quality in our solutions to help your customers meet their challenging business needs. We're committed to delivering technology management solutions that offer security, reliability, availability, and performance. Visit our website, thebusinessnetworkgroup.com, for more information.
Doyle, senior, forward, Wallingford.
Chickasee Hogwarts, senior, forward, Hamden, Connecticut. Let's go green. Alex Zone, junior, guard, North Haven.
Justin Childs, junior, center, Hamden.
Kalani Ham, junior, forward, New Haven.
Matt Montano, sophomore forward from Milford.
Pat Doyle, guard, sophomore, Wallingford.
Chris Cisse, power forward, sophomore, New Haven, Connecticut.
Mike Mullen, sophomore, guard, Milford.
Lonnie Blackwell, junior guard, Milford, Connecticut. Tyler Beatty, junior, West Haven, Connecticut, guard.
Kevin Walton, senior guard, New Haven, Connecticut.
Ryan Morgan, senior, forward, Hamden, Connecticut.
Joe Bongiorni, senior, center, Crossway, Connecticut.
Hi, I'm Gary Palladino, I'm a basketball coach at Notre Dame High School, and send it over to Don Boyle and Jared Murphy.
All right, right back here, home of the Green Knights, Joe Tonelli Court. And, of course, Joe now working for the CIAC, longtime athletic director, did a terrific job here at Notre Dame, and this court named in his honor. Also a terrific coach in his own right in his day. So we're just about set to get going. Manchester and Notre Dame to get it underway. Winner of this game will move on to Wednesday. Of course, on GoGreenKnights.com on Wednesday, we will bring you Notre Dame versus East Haven Ice Hockey, round one action of the Division I Ice Hockey Tournament. 5 o'clock drop of the puck. And if all goes according to plan, we might be at Hill House broadcasting some basketball too. So looking forward to that as part of the GoGreenKnight.com schedule. As Easton to jump in center against Big Joe Bonjourney, although Joe doesn't look that big right now.
No, he does. He's got a big body right there across him. Pretty good sized young man. Once he gets his tip here, Joe wins it.
All right, so there you go. Shows his athleticism, the basketball control to move down the floor. Notre Dame moving away from us from our vantage point here.
Yeah, looks like we got Manchester coming out almost like a 1-2-2 or 3-2 type zone. Notre Dame sometimes struggles a little bit with that zone. They're going to try and settle down and work it around for a good shot.
Walton wants a three off the side of the rim. A rebound. Eason with that big body, and down the floor they will come. Got to watch his Walker as he will heave it up there from what we understand. This is Edward Mack to control the basketball. Out right side Johnson now. Notre Dame looks like going man-to-man right now defensively, Murph.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Bell. I said, hey, what do you think for tonight? How you guys want to play him? He says we're going to stay strictly man. And got a turnover here, and it looks like it turns into a jump ball.
That was Bonjourney getting his hands on the ball, and then Walton tried to pick it on up.
Yeah, they did a good job playing the pick and roll there, They tell you to hedge and also have your hands and eyes active just in case the ball handler's looking to pass that ball off to the person who set the pick. So Notre Dame doing a good job on defense so far.
Manchester controlling the basketball. Out top it's Johnson. Johnson brings it around left side. Picked up by Walton defensively, stays with him. Big high dribble there by Devin Johnson, the senior at 6'1". Walton stays right with him in his shirt. Now they flash it out to Mack. Mack comes right to the lane of the block. Little pull-up jumper. Got it for two. Pretty shot by Mack.
Yeah, he's got some nice elevation out of the jump shot. I think Taji there at Notre Dame is really going to have to stay in his shorts and play him pretty tight.
Who needs to have a big game tonight for Notre Dame?
I think Tajidi has to have the good night of shooting. And I think Lonnie's struggled at times as he just takes a shot right now. If they can get him going, it's really going to help.
Morgus on the rebound. The Bonjourney off the front of the rim, no good. Morgus hustling after the rebound is knocked to the floor. Spun around by Eason. And down they come again. This is Mack. 2-0. Manchester on top. Some of the fans wanted a foul call right there. Turned into a wrestling match.
Now Coach Powell is halfway down over here trying to let the ref know.
This is Johnson. Very emphatic with his dribble, and they call traveling on Manchester. They turn it over. That was Edward Mack on the travel. It's back to the Green Knights trailing 2-0.
And Coach Powell really fired up about that call down there. Ryan Morgus had that rebound. Gets knocked down, and Coach Powell is fired up.
Edie out top, Blackwell. Over to Walton on the wing. Morgus at the elbow. Nice look on a bounce pass to Blackwell, but he was picked up very quickly defensively there. Very impressed with Johnson's defensive display. He's long, isn't he?
Yeah.
Edie got it out in the left. Tied with a three.
There you go. I mean, Notre Dame, they've had pretty good looks, so far from the opening tip. Two fairly open threes. Bonjourney had another nice look. They can knock down some of those. They're going to be in good shape.
So Notre Dame on top. This is the most spirited crowd I've seen here all year long, and it comes at the right time during the playoffs here.
Yeah, it's nice to see that. Finally, good student body coming out. Got a good turnout from the parents and fans as well.
Morgus, great defense on the big fella. Easton took him off his line, and he missed a shot there, Murph.
Yeah, he did. It's great to have this energy. The kids yelling and stuff here. Every possession has a little bit more to it. They're putting in a little bit more effort. Gets everybody else a little more excited, so it's nice to see.
Blackwell's going to pull it back out and reset the offense. Morgus will roam through the paint. Into the corner of the Walton. Morgus outside his range right there. Now Blackwell inside. Foul line, jump shot way off the mark. It was captured by Balin Easton, and down the floor they come.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Powell's really thrilled probably about that shot selection. But nonetheless, Notre Dame's going to come back and have to play some good defense once again.
Walker guarded tightly there by Bonjourney. Now double team, finds Easton as he put it to the elbow. Back out it goes, and there's the three on its way. Off the front of the rim, no good. Taj goes high for the rebound. Nice rebound by Edie down the floor. He has the three to give Notre Dame the lead. Off the wing, Blackwell with a drive and two.
Very nice find. Taj came down looking for a shot, almost gave that out to Bonjourney, and Lonnie hustling down, good finish.
The trailer right there. 5-2, Notre Dame on top by 3. That shot rattles, no good by Mack. Notre Dame doing a nice job on that defensive glass. Edie off the screen, out top Blackwell, feeling three, straight on, got it! Manchester and head coach Bob Healy will call a timeout. Green Knights score 8 consecutive and take an 8-2 lead. We'll take one break. We'll be back with more right here on GoGreenKnights.com right after this message.
Looks good, doesn't it? But you forgot something. All that saturated fat. Why not try Longini sausage instead? Other leading brands contain more than twice the saturated fat than Longini. Made with all natural ingredients, perfectly spiced with just enough salt, Longini sausage is the healthier choice. Made fresh locally in New Haven since 1950. Look for the Longini label in your grocer's fresh meat section.
All right, welcome right back here to the home of the Green Knights of Notre Dame. They have the 8-2 lead as we're into the first quarter here, 3:42 and counting on down. An 8-point run there, Jared, to get the job done here.
Yeah, pretty exciting, for Notre Dame here coming out. Finally starting to hit on some pretty good looks that at times during the season they didn't really get. And the other side that's really helping them out right now, doing a great job on the glass, holding Manchester really to one shot.
Johnson stripped of the basketball. Walton on the steal, down the floor, going straight on, and that's a foul on the floor. Might be Johnson on the reach-in. We'll wait and see. With a couple there, Johnson, in fact, will pick up the foul.
Yeah, it seems like Manchester right now having a difficult time with Notre Dame. Just playing some pretty solid half-court, inner shorts defense. And Manchester isn't quite adjusted. And Joe Bond in a great position on that inbound pass. I'm not sure how he snuck in front of Bale and Easton on that one, but able to finish.
Notre Dame on a 10-point run and a 10-2 lead. Christian Walker down the floor, the senior.
Good Notre Dame, you're at home, first period here. You can't hope for a better start than what they've gotten off to right now.
Blackwell pick up the foul on the drive. This will put Walker at the line. They've held him in check here in the first quarter, at least.
They have, and even that long-range three-point that he put up, that was pretty far. It's contested, hand in his face, so we'll see what he can do from the free-throw line.
Foul shot on its way, no good, another one to come. Walker is a senior at 5'9". Each team has committed a foul here in the opening quarter. Foul shot on its way, and it's good. So Walker on the sheet. That stops a 10-point run by Notre Dame. It's 10-3.
Yeah, Manchester's still staying into their zone here, which kind of surprised about. Notre Dame's doing a pretty decent job as far as shooting. We'll see how long they stay in the score, and we'll see if Notre Dame can continue to capitalize on some pretty good looks.
Of course, Fairfield Prep, the top seed in this tournament. Hillhouse 2, Blackwell the miss. Rebound underneath by Eason with those long arms, and down the floor comes Walker and company. Walker wants to take it inside, pulls it back out. Defense right on him there. Now underneath is Thompson, and they're forced to kick it back out. Walker, little move on Blackwell. Good job to deny that drive. The steal by Walton as he filled the passing lane, and he's got two. Kevin Walton.
Great finish. Half-court defense here. Just looking very good, very energetic. Hands in the passing lanes. Good things are happening right now. A lot of it's just coming right from the defense on Notre Dame side.
Thompson picked up by Morgus. The Easton at the elbow. Quickly to Mack. Miss. Walton rebound.
And again, Notre Dame doing a good job holding them to one shot, heading the other way.
Edward Mack with the steal, 3-on-1, and that's Johnson, and he'll bounce it in. Devin Johnson with his first two.
Here in Manchester, that's exactly what you want. Try and get those steals, try and get running right away.
Edie, Blackwell controlling now on the left. This is Walton. Journey inside, he's bumped, missed the shot, he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, that's a nice job. What Notre Dame does on that, when a lot of teams have a hard time adjusting, is they have one of their good shooters. What they do is they have them kind of curl to the corner. The other team usually knows that a good shooter, maybe like Taj or somebody else is heading to that corner, and the big man underneath. In this case, Joe Bongiorni usually ends up being open because everybody's following that shooter to the three-point line, and Bongiorni almost had the three-point play out of it.
No, Big Joe is ready for tonight's game, Jared. You know why? He was sleeping during my whole class today. First period, he was ready to go.
Yes, he's good at that. Yeah. He can learn that skill, huh?
Absolutely. Sleeps with his eyes open. Missed that one. 13-5, 1 of 2 down the floor. Down the Manchester Indians, and that's off the window, pretty dry with the right hand by Edward Mack. He has 4 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's a strong take, aggressive. You know, he kind of put that shoulder down, one right into him. That was a good, strong drive.
This is Blackwell. Bonjourney out top of the key, back to Lonnie. Into the right corner, they work it. And we'll have a foul as Bonjourney tried to put it up. Another foul upcoming here. This one could be, indeed it is, it looks like on Christian Walker. That would be his first. Or did they change that to Thompson? I believe Thompson's going to pick it up, his second foul.
Yeah, they did. I think they did end up giving that one to Thompson.
Bonjourney's foul shot good. Alexander Pizzoni in the lineup right now. Junior guard, 6'2", Notre Dame.
And he's been seeing some more minutes as of late. They kind of been subbing him in a little bit more, almost more like a 6-man lately, just due to his, he has a really good shot. Notre Dame trying to utilize that.
Big Joe hits. They're going for 3 of 4 now from the line, which is effective. Indians work it out left side. Swayini into the lineup now, but that shot missed by Johnson from long range. Rebound underneath, hooked up with the left hand, no good by Thompson Jr. And down the floor, Big Joe Bonjourney. Bonjourney trying to dribble like a guard right there, dribbled it out of bounds, and they turn it over.
Yeah, maybe tried to force a little bit too much there. He's, you know, a pretty decent ball handler for a big man, but just kind of got caught right there, and maybe not the smartest play. Especially with, 20 seconds ago, it could have maybe held it for 1.
Down to the final 12 seconds of this opening quarter. 15-7 Notre Dame on top by 8. Mack drive inside, lost the dribble. Just want to mention the Notre Dame Drama Club in full swing, getting ready for the performance of Treasure Island in the new Collins Auditorium, March 15th and 16th. Tickets just $10 for adults, $5 for the students and senior citizens. They can be purchased online at NotreDameHS.com. Treasure Island. I'm reading the book Treasure Island right now. It's excellent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Looks to be some confusion here as far as exactly who had the ball first, and I guess now we're figuring out Notre Dame does have it. About 3.5 seconds here.
Bonjourney looking. Pass to Walton, will get away. That shot up, no good, at the horn by Tonini. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. 15-7 Notre Dame leading Manchester. We'll step aside here from one of our fine GoGreenNight.com sponsors, and we'll be back with more right after these messages.
Ivy League Landscaping is a family-owned, full-service design and build landscape company which services Southern Connecticut. We offer digital landscape design and installation. Our interlocking concrete paver system will add beauty to your patio and walkway. We share our location with our own Soundview Landscape Supply. Please visit us at 50 Industry Drive in West Haven. Ivy League Landscaping, from custom design to seasonal maintenance and supplies. Visit our website at ivyleaguelandscaping.com.
New Haven Foot Surgeons and Milford Podiatry Associates specialize in medical and surgical care of the foot and ankle. They have a state-licensed surgical center with a physical therapy center available for all patients. Physicians include Notre Dame graduates David and Robert Novicki, along with Martin Pressman, James Krantz, and Jesse Parks. They are affiliated with the 3 major New Haven area hospitals, and they participate with most health insurance carriers. With locations in New Haven, Hamden, Milford, and Ansonia, New Haven Foot Surgeons and Milford Podiatry Associates is your GoGreenNight.com connection to healthier feet. Visit them online at MilfordPodiatry.com.
It was about that I got.
Yeah.
And now, the winner of this year's prestigious Honda President's Award for Excellence in Dealership Operations, Customer Satisfaction, Sales, and Training. Curtis Ryan from Curtis Ryan Honda in Shelton. Celebrating 39 years in Shelton with a great reputation, great deals, and an
All right, welcome right back. Just underway here in the second quarter. I think we got our audio situation under control and just in time. Ryan Morgus will hit with a pretty jump shot out in the left.
Yeah, just in time for sure. And like we were talking about before, Notre Dame, you know, we know that they're going to have a good chance and do well if they can knock down some of these mid-range shots that they've had open during the season and haven't been shooting that well from the field with their field goal percentage. So they're off to a good start right now, up by 10.
Saini to control. Quan Saini able to find Walker. Walker guarded tightly by Blackwell. It really did a nice job on him in the first quarter. Inside Easton powers it through Bongiorni for 2.
Yeah, you said it. Lonnie Blackwell's been doing a good job on that outside there. First, really, their sharpshooter, 23, Christian Walker. He's been doing a good job just kind of being right in his shorts and played him well in that possession. Just Easton used that big body down there. He's able to put that layup in.
Walton, too short. Off the front of the rim. Down the floor. Little ball fake and 2 for Christian Walker. Walker now has 3. That's his first field goal. And it's down to a 6-point Notre Dame lead. It's 17-11.
Yeah, and you see a little bit of difference here. Looks like Manchester now coming out with a little bit of man. Trying to change things up a little bit against Notre Dame.
Blackwell. Green Knights not showing the patience they showed in the first quarter offensively as they heave up a couple of shots and a miss. But they have the ball back here with Blackwell.
Right, and it's a good thing they did because you're right about that. They haven't really been showing their patience. And, you know, that you start taking threes like that and you're not making them, what happens is it turns out like last time, you know, lay up the other way. So you got to be careful. Especially when you got the lead, you know, in a situation like that. Shot selection, ball possession becomes even more important.
Especially without that time clock, too.
Yeah. So I got the confirmation from the other part of my Murphy family there, from my dad and my brother. They gave me the confirmation. Audio sounds good.
Awesome, awesome. Our headsets got mixed up. That was the problem, folks.
That's right. It's part of our audience there in
That's
Rocky
right.
Hill, Connecticut. They're up there, up in the Manchester
Really?
area. Yeah,
Awesome.
checking us out
All
tonight.
right, who are they rooting for?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
There you go. 17-11 is the tally. So I was overmodulating. People couldn't hear you, so that must have been a great first quarter. Walton on the steal. Edie down the floor for the Green Knights of Notre Dame, leading by 6. We're in the second quarter of play here. Blackwell.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it before, Notre Dame. You know, what they want to do here is be patient. Work for the high percentage shots that they are getting before, just like that right there.
Absolutely, Bongiorni. Nice feed, and Walton with a finish. Kevin with 4 points tonight. Lead back up to 8.
Yeah, it looks like some pretty balanced scoring, you know, so far on the offensive end. But right here, you know, in this half-court defense, this is where it's really been doing well for Notre Dame.
Walker up the mark. Good position by Bongiorni on Eason. Comes up with a defensive rebound. Walton for 3, too strong. And back comes Edward Mack and company. Mack can take it inside, drives, and puts it too strong off the glass. Morgus on a rebound. Great job to get rid of the ball up to Blackwell. Lonnie over to Bongiorni, leans in, draws a foul. He'll go to the line.
Yeah.
Didn't get it to draw.
No, and Morgus, you know, you got to love it. That's what Morgus does. He's on that glass. He will hustle. He will give up his body. He will dive. He keeps plays alive. He tips them, comes up with blocks. And then if he gets some mid-range jumpers maybe out of him, it's a plus. And on the other end, big man Joe Bongiorni filling the lanes nicely. Almost a three-point play.
Bongiorni's foul shot good. 4 of 5 from the line tonight.
So I got another vote from Rocky Hill, Connecticut. They say go Green Knights.
There
So
you
they're
go.
going go
All
Green
right.
Knights.
That's good. I was going to have to pull you from the broadcast if we're going the other way.
I wouldn't share that information.
Bongiorni got a vote. 21-11. Notre Dame up by 10. Manchester out of the CCC. Coming down the floor is the 18th seed in this Class Double-L tournament. Whole slew of action around the state of Connecticut tonight, of course. Walker straight on. Got it. Off the dribble right there.
Yeah, nice looking shot. You know, 2, 3, 4 dribbles to his left, offhand with a nice pull-up. Lonnie, pretty good defense, just a better shot.
Moore gets the control. They leave him open. 19-footer, no good, huh? Rebound Johnson. Down the floor they come again.
Yeah, if we can get some of those from Morgus, that would really help out a lot. If they're going to leave him that wide open.
Walker starting to feel it. Another pretty shot. And all of a sudden, he has 3 field goals here in the second quarter, total of 7. And that lead down to 6 at 21-15. Nice timeout called by Notre Dame right here. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back after this word from one of our fine sponsors on GoGreenKnights.com.
Looks good, doesn't it? But you forgot something. All that saturated fat. Why not try Longini sausage instead? Other leading brands contain more than twice the saturated fat than Longini. Made with all natural ingredients, perfectly spiced with just enough salt, Longini sausage is the healthier choice. Made fresh locally in New Haven since 1950. Look for the Longini label in your grocer's fresh meat section.
All right, right back here at Joe Tonelli Court, inside Notre Dame, West Haven High School. Really somewhat of an interesting feeling inside this building with Coach Powell coaching his final game, a home game for the Green Knights. With a win, they play Hill House on Wednesday, of course. Edie, a little shake and bake, missed a shot. Rebound, Big Joe Bongiorni. Joe to the floor, back out, around right. Good ball movement. Bongiorni inside. Oh, nice dish. Marcus, too. Marcus has an easy 2 on the feed.
That is. That's some good two-man, big man basketball right there. Inside, outside, doing a great job.
Walker missed. Eason rebound off the window. Nice shot.
Yeah, and that's what Manchester's got on the other end. You know, they got that three-point threat. Big Eason on the inside, maybe to clean some of that up. So it's a strength for them.
Blackwell working on Mack. Tried to dribble pass. Threw it away. Down the floor comes Walker. Walker quick to the block and draws the foul. Didn't get it to drop.
Yeah, we're seeing Walker getting more and more active here, kind of heating up a little bit, getting more comfortable, familiar with the basketball, kind of with the surroundings here. So little by little, he's just sort of getting himself going in his game.
You knew it was just a matter of time. He leads all Indian scorers with 7. Only had 1 point in the opening quarter. Foul shot, no good, a little strong.
And we haven't heard some good action like that from the fans on a free throw in a while.
Absolutely.
With a tight little gym area like this, you can hear that.
Absolutely.
You can hear that.
Walker with another one. And in and out. Morgus on the rebound. He's got a couple of field goals tonight. Some nice rebounds for Ryan. He's been doing the job for the Green Knights of Notre Dame. Up by 6, it's at Blackwell.
That's a surprise from Walker there, missing 2 on the line. Very surprising.
He's guarding Blackwell. Blackwell tried to dissect the lane, threw up an air ball. An easy catch there for Thompson Jr. And down the floor comes Walker off the right. And that 3, too strong. Rebound. Morgus will take it. Hassan Daniels into that lineup right now for Manchester. Shot missed by Edie and down the floor. This is what Notre Dame doesn't want, although they come up with a steal right there in the bounce pass intended for Thompson. Is Morgus with another fine play.
Yeah, Morgus is just in there. He finds he's got his nose to that basketball. His hands, arms, his body is in there somewhere usually.
Edie in the lane. Nice dish across. Morgus with 2 more.
Very nice high screen. I think they're expecting Big Joe Bongiorni to roll off that screen. So half the Manchester team kind of went over there, forgot about Morgus on the other block. Nice finish.
So Notre Dame leading with 2:12 remaining till halftime, 25-17. We'll keep it right here. Just want to mention Notre Dame will run its 3rd online auction, ND Bay, from, I like that, ND Bay. Yeah. Steve Kirk must have come up with that. From March 1st through March 8th as part of the 2013 Parents Association Grand Night Fundraiser, a night in Hollywood. Over 100 items are available for bidding. Visit www.notredamehs.com/ND Bay for a sneak peek at the list of auction items to bid on. Now, some of the most popular prizes include Yankee Red Sox tickets, University of Notre Dame football tickets, weekend getaways, and tons of gift cards, not to mention plenty of Notre Dame gear. I got to write that down. March 8th. March 1st and the 8th. You can do it online. I like that. Forward thinking.
That's right.
This is Mack to control. Nice move inside. He's got a pretty nifty move into that lane, doesn't he?
He does, and once he gets to the basket, he has a pretty good knack as far as finishing when he gets around that rim. I mean, Notre Dame is just fronting Walker every possession, and other guys are getting the job done right now.
Marjorni has that ability to force the foul inside again as Clifton Thompson Jr. will pick it up. That's his third, 6th on the team. Notre Dame has only committed 2 fouls with 1:38 remaining hit till halftime.
Yeah, they've played some pretty clean basketball so far. I mean, you know, they've been aggressive, but haven't really reached too much or did too much smacking. So, you know, they're benefited of that foul count right now. Got a sub for Manchester coming on.
Yeah, Easton, the big fella, coming back. Thompson to take a seat with the 3 fouls. We'll see what the Green Knights can do here. Edey wants a 3 from the corner. Got it. Ties with 2 trifectas tonight. Lead up to 9 at 28-19.
Yeah, you got a feeling that Todd's kind of feeling it from the 3-point line.
Johnson. Notre Dame continues to play solid man-to-man defense here.
Yep. And you can see Walker hasn't even touched that ball yet. I mean, that's all what Coach Powell wanted to do is try and keep the ball out of his hands, but...
Wow. That's Edward Mack.
Edward Mack is getting the job done.
Yeah, Mack tonight with 9. 28-22 the tally, under a minute remaining till halftime. Eagle crossover dribble on Walker. Walker quick though. You see how quick he recovered on that?
He did recover back. That was nice.
Marjorni wants a 3. Got it, and he's fouled. What was that?
Big job, Joe Bongiorni pulling all his stops out here, looking for a 4-point play possibly. And that's a 3, you know, he can make. He just doesn't take it a whole heck of a lot, but hey, nice time to take it and make it when you get fouled.
Easton picking up the foul, his first. 7th on the team, so the Green Knights will shoot in the bonus the rest of this half. On top, 31-22. Looking for their largest lead of the game, the double digit. And Joe's foul shot good. 4-point play. You don't see it too often.
No, you don't, especially not from your center.
32-22. Manchester with the basketball. Alston in the lineup, and he throws it away. It's stolen by Morgan. He has quietly had a sensational first half in my estimation, Ryan has.
Yeah, he has done really well. I mean, that's just a result right there of just smart basketball. I mean, all he really did in that play, playing that bigger Easton, was he just got position. Ended up getting steal it. Easton did a poor job of posting up with that big body he's got, and Morgan capitalizes. Just playing with high basketball IQ right now.
Notre Dame looking for the final shot of this, the first half. They have the 10-point lead. Oh, there's a steal by Walker. A little hesitation. Missed a shot after the steal. Is, well, now going to get a foul as Alston had the rebound. That was some crazy play right there.
Yeah, that was tough. You know, Walker came down. Big Matt Puzzone came down, made him think twice. Couldn't quite put it down. Had the rebound. Somehow got to take him back away again.
Well, Manchester will at least try to get 2 from the line here. First one good. Dante Alston. He's on the tally sheet. Matthew Doyle checking into the lineup for Notre Dame. Morgus and Walton both coming up. Blackwell coming back in. Sweeney back into the lineup for Manchester. And that's good. So I guess no harm done there by Walker, huh?
No.
On the miss, they got him from the foul line. Long journey. Throws it up. Almost got it at the horn from midcourt. Well played first half of Notre Dame. 32-24 lead over Manchester, but they are within striking distance with a half of basketball left.
They are, you know, down 8. Notre Dame jumping off to that early. It was at 10, 12-2 kind of lead. Notre Dame's strengths right now, executing, capitalizing, mid-range jump shots, and really the story, I think, so far, it's just been their defense. Man-to-man, they've been great.
Just want to mention, of course, our newest sponsor, the GoGreenKnights.com, decorative and traditional painting by DKM. Of course, Notre Dame teacher and coach Mr. Donald Martone. It's his company specializing in custom interior and exterior painting in residential and commercial settings. Fully insured and will beat any estimate out there. Visit them online. I'm going to come up with an estimate and just hand it to him, see if he can help me out there a little bit. So there you go. Painting by DKM.com. And our good buddy, Don Martone, itching for spring and a little baseball action. Part of the outstanding baseball program as a baseball coach, of course, under Lou Kessler. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back with some second half stats and a whole bunch more. All upcoming in just a moment or two right here on GoGreenKnights.com. Your halftime score, Notre Dame 32, Manchester 24.
Network Group, we are committed to offering simple and meaningful solutions to your complex problems. We work hard to achieve the highest levels of quality in our solutions to help your customers meet their challenging business needs. We're committed to delivering technology management solutions that offer security, reliability, availability, and performance.
Looks good, doesn't it? But you forgot something. All that saturated fat. Why not try Longini sausage instead? Other leading brands contain more than twice the saturated fat than Longini. Made with all natural ingredients, perfectly spiced with just enough salt, Longini sausage is the healthier choice. Made fresh locally in New Haven since 1950. Look for the Longini label in your grocer's fresh meat section.
Ivy League Landscaping is a family-owned, full-service design and build landscape company which services Southern Connecticut. We offer digital landscape design and installation. Our interlocking concrete paver system
Looks good, doesn't it? But you forgot something. All that saturated fat. Why not try Longini's?
New Haven Foot Surgeons and Milford Podiatry Associates specialize in medical and surgical care of the foot and ankle. They have a state-licensed surgical center with a physical therapy center available for all patients. Physicians include Notre Dame graduates David and Robert Novicki, along with Martin Pressman, James Krantz, and Jesse Parks. They are affiliated with the 3 major New Haven area hospitals, and they participate with most health insurance carriers. With locations in New Haven, Hamden, Milford, and Ansonia, New Haven Foot Surgeons and Milford Podiatry Associates is your GoGreenKnight.com connection to healthier feet. Visit them online at MilfordPodiatry.com.
And now, the winner of this year's prestigious Honda President's Award for Excellence in dealership operations, customer satisfaction, sales, and training. Curtis. And now, the winner of this year's prestigious Honda President's Award for Excellence in dealership operations, customer satisfaction, sales, and training. Curtis Ryan from Curtis Ryan Honda in Shelton. Celebrating 39 years in Shelton with a great reputation, great deals, and an extraordinary sales experience, this is Curtis Ryan's 9th President's Award.
Network Group, we are committed to offering simple and meaningful solutions to your complex problems. We work hard to achieve the highest levels of quality in our solutions to help your customers meet their challenging business needs. We're committed to delivering technology management solutions that offer security, reliability, availability, and performance. Visit our website, thebusinessnetworkgroup.com, for more information.
All right, welcome back to halftime. GoGreenKnights.com. Thanks to Don Boyle and Jared Murphy. Notre Dame leads Manchester 32-24. This is Steve Kirk. I'm joined by Mrs. Casey LaMonica, and we're going to talk Notre Dame play, drama production, Treasure Island. Are the guys ready?
They're ready. We're ready to go, ready for adventure on the high seas. Everyone should come out and watch it.
Now, tell us about this. Obviously, you have the brand new Collins Auditorium, and I believe it's coming up in a couple weeks, so tell us when, where, and all the particulars.
In 2 weeks, March 15th and 16th at 7:30 p.m. in the brand new auditorium. We have an all-new facility with great lights, great sound. We're ready to go. It's adventure at the high seas, pirates and fights and swords. Everyone should come out.
How did Treasure Island get picked? Was that your decision in conjunction with some of the students? How does that work out?
That was my decision, as well as Ian Spack and Zach Matto, the president and vice president of this year's drama club. We were looking for something that would be fun to do with a large group of guys, and we found something. They've been hard at work for the last 12 weeks, learning how to fight and learning their lines, how to walk like pirates, talk like pirates.
That's going to be exciting. Talk about it a little bit more, just in terms of how many kids are involved. You mentioned the two guys, Ian and Zach, but who else is involved? Who else has some of the leads? And I know we have some female characters as well.
We do. We have 25 students involved in the cast and about 15 in the crew. Other leads include Ven Gopal, class of 2014, as Squire Trelawney. We have Laura Carbone from Hamden High as the doctor, who's kind of the straightforward character. We have freshman Matt Bader taking the lead as the captain, Smollett. Zach Matto plays Long John Silver, and Ian rounds out the crew with Jim Hawkins.
Now how does a student get involved in this, and who ultimately decides who gets what role?
Ultimately, it's myself and my student directors. I choose the play, and we hold auditions in the fall. So anyone looking to audition next fall, it's right after Thanksgiving. We come back, we audition, we decide on a cast, and we get right to it.
Talk about the dedication involved, because you mentioned 12 weeks. These guys have been going at it pretty much since Thanksgiving. It's almost as long as the basketball team here has been going at it, and they'll culminate with the performance next weekend.
It certainly is. It's just as long as winter sports. I kind of consider a winter sports team. We're in there 4 or 5 days a week for 3 or 4 hours a day. The next 2 weeks, we will be there 5 or 6 hours a day, getting ready for Tech Week and getting ready for the show.
5 or 6 hours a day?
5 or 6 hours a day. From 2:30 to 9:30 we'll be in there, and then 2:30 to 7 during exams.
Wow, that's awesome. And, if someone's out there and they want to come, how can they get tickets, and give them one reason to come?
They can get tickets online at NotreDameHS.com/Treasure Island, or they can get them at the door, $10 for adults, $5 for students, seniors, and children. One reason to come is to check out our new facility and all that we've done with it. There's going to be some surprises.
Great. Good luck with Treasure Island, and we'll try to get a replay up after it's over.
Great. Sounds good. Thank you.
That was Mrs. Casey LaMonica. We'll be back with more of the halftime show and the start of the second half right after these messages from our sponsors. Notre Dame leads Manchester 32-24.
Considering an orthodontic treatment for you or your children? Dr. Philip Caparuso, a Notre Dame parent of 4, is conveniently located at the end of the Milky
At church, we do like a lot of sound setup and stuff, and the mics, and the soundboard,
preferred Invisalign.
I usually help run and do a lot of stuff. There's always somebody putting something in the wrong
You can
place,
visit Dr.
something in the wrong
Caparuso
channel.
online
We got a
at
mute button on.
I know.
or call 203.
That's why I gotta really I worry about so much about
Let
these.
Dr. Caparuso bring out your best smile.
For the last 10 years, Federico Insetti has served individuals and business clients throughout the Northeast. Originally founded by Mark Federico, class of 72, the current principals are Michael Federico, Notre Dame class of 82, and Lynn Setti, Sacred Heart Academy class of 82. Providing accounting, tax, audit, and consulting services, Federico Insetti is the perfect company for your personal, corporate, estate, and gift tax returns. A proud sponsor of GoGreenKnights.com, call Federico Insetti at 203-248-9966 for all your accounting needs.
Many times. Bad things happen to good people. A car accident, a divorce, a loved one is arrested. Things you just can't prepare for. Zingaro and Cretella specialize in civil litigation, family law, and criminal defense. A leading New Haven and Fairfield County general practice law firm established in 2001, attorneys Gene Zingaro and Don Cretella, ND class of 1986, who thankfully is a much better lawyer than it was a receiver for me, will guide you and help you make an informed and rational decision in a difficult time. Visit them at www.theconnecticutdefenders.com. Zingaro and Cretella is a law firm you can trust.
All right back here at Notre Dame West Haven High School. Jared Murphy, Don Boyle, host of others. Behind the scenes doing great work for us. 32-24 the tally at halftime. Notre Dame on top of Manchester. We didn't get a chance to run down the stats because Steve Kirk did an eloquent job with our fine director of the play, Treasure Island, here tonight.
That's right, Casey LaMonica. And I think the story, a couple stories in that first half. 8-point game, couple stories. You know, one of them being Christian Walker, really being shut down by Notre Dame defense. That's their leading scorer. I mean, he's the one putting all the points on the board usually. Notre Dame's defense doing a great job. And then on the other side, offensively, Notre Dame just doing a good job of executing, which has been a tough story for them all year.
Yeah, they balanced scoring here tonight, too, which is terrific. Bongiorno, of course, leading the way. But
you're right. Very balanced scoring, kind of all the way around.
That's Mack with a drive and a miss, but able to create and draws the foul.
He's been aggressive. I mean, he's really picked up some of that slack maybe left behind, you know, by number 23, Christian Walker, who, you know, I think averages close to 20, I think, around a game. And Mack's done a good job as far as picking up some of that.
.32-25. And that one off the mark. So 32-25, Notre Dame leading. This is Walton down the floor. 4 points in the first half for the Green Knights. Bongiorno had that big three. Edie with the miss. Ball to the floor, knocked out of bounds. 11 points for Bongiorno in the first. I'm trying to add this up real quick. Lonnie Blackwell with 5. Ryan Morgus with 6. That was a big contribution right there, that 6 points.
That is. Morgus gives you 6 or 7, you know, each half. I mean, that's huge. It's huge. And plus, he just gives you so much. He gives you the hustle. He gives you smart plays. He gives you some steals, some blocks. Does a good job.
Mack drives the lane with the left hand. Won't go. Bongiorno on the rebound. Well-designed play there by Manchester. That was what they wanted to do, was to get Mack inside, but he missed a layup. Blackwell the control of Big Joe Bongiorno, picked up by Johnson. Morgus looks inside, bounce pass to Walton, little Princeton basketball, backdoor for 2.
Yeah, Manchester just really has not had an answer or really caught on yet to flex offense. I mean, it's essentially what Notre Dame runs is the flex offense. Screens down line on the baseline around the blocks, and Manchester just really hasn't seen that yet.
Johnson for 3, too short. Morgus on the rebound. Kalen Eason, if he could find that position down low, he could be a force off the glass, but Notre Dame has boxed him out effectively, whether it's Morgus or Bongiorno.
Yeah, you're right. Taking out his effectiveness really a lot.
Alston comes up with a steal. Took a bump in the face to do so.
He did.
Looking for Walker, finds him. Walker drives the baseline, stops at the block, too strong. Rebound, Easton turns and missed a shot. Well, batted around, Walker has it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Lonnie Blackwell. They're going to rule.
Yeah, Easton almost had that finish there. Probably one of those ones you want a left hand, you know, on that left-hand side. Sometimes that's asking a lot for a high school player.
Oh, that's Dante Alston off the bench. Pretty shot right there. 34-28 the tally now.
And that's only their second 3. I don't want to say they've shot in 12 or 13 of those. Second one finally goes down.
It bites into a lead pretty quickly there.
It does.
This is Walton trying to counter with a 3, no good. Rebound, Eason scoops it up ahead. This is Mack. He's down the floor, coming off the left, out top. Johnson wide open. His 3 won't go. When Johnny had it knocked out of his hands, Eason will chase it down to the corner. He stepped on the baseline. They turn it over.
Yeah, like any high school coach will tell you, first few minutes in that second half are really critical. And right now it's kind of going neck and neck here, but Notre Dame just wants to really make sure that they just keep playing their basketball, smart, high percentage shots, take care of the basketball.
Edie wiggles in, floats it off the window with the right hand. Pretty shot. He now has 8 tonight.
And wiggle is the word right there. That wasn't the word right there. Just wiggling into that lane.
Walker stripped of the basketball. Blackwell's going to pick up the foul. Walker kind of holds that basketball out there when he dribbles into the lane, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
36-28 the score. Just want to mention Curtis Ryan Honda, Connecticut's oldest Honda dealership, is our proud sponsor of the night. No hassle, no pressure sales team is certainly refreshing. It makes buying and owning a Honda quite an experience, second to none. Located on Bridgeport Avenue in Shelton. Curtis Ryan, proud new sponsor. GoGreenKnight.com. Visit them at CurtisRyan.com. Steve Wanted me to mention that there's hockey Wednesday night, 5 p.m. from the Bennett Rink. East Haven, of course, taking on the Green Knights. And that shot good by Christian Walker.
A little full court press here coming out from Manchester. We're going to see how Notre Dame reacts to this.
This is Walton. Monjourney underneath, got it for 2. Well, they handled that fine. He has 13 now on the night.
They did. Notre Dame reacted pretty well to that. Ends up going with the layup the other way.
Johnson trying to slice in and lays it in with the left hand for 2. So they try to pick up the pace a little bit. 7-point game.
Yeah, I think Coach Healy probably making a smarter move here. Just trying to pick it up a little bit. Trying to initiate more Manchester type pace basketball.
Edie for 3. No. Rebound Alston, who's come off the bench and had a nice game.
He has. That's Tajidi. I don't think he misses too many of those out of 10.
Easton underneath on the bounce pass, stripped by Bongiorni. Bongiorni picks it back up, trying to steady the feet, didn't travel with it.
Yeah, that was an odd play right there. It's almost like he fell on his leg and then no call outside of that. That was kind of strange.
Edie stripped inside as he tried to lean through. Easton with the steal will quickly hand it off to Edward Mack down the floor. Mack pull-up jumper, got it. He's a nice-looking player, is Edward Mack.
He is. He does a really good job as far as taking advantage of what the defense gives him, and he's been executing and finishing really well.
That lead down to 5 at 38-33 with a blink of an eye. Morgus off the wing, leans in, missed a shot. Easton with the rebound. And all of a sudden, it's Manchester's momentum with 3:08 remaining in the third. Walker, nice dish. Easton throws it up too strong. Alston makes a catch, bounces it out. Walker, jump shot, no. Rebound, Easton at the foul line, straight up, missed a shot. Alston floats in for 2. Dante Alston, and all of a sudden the Indians are on the warpath, and they've cut it to 3 at 38-35.
They have. Biggest change for Manchester right here, going to that full court press. That's really changed the entire dynamic, flow, and rhythm of this game. Notre Dame really is not doing a good job adjusting. It's a lot less comfortable, you know. It just seems like they're just maybe a little bit more rushed and doing and things and taking shots that maybe they would not take in a slower paced game. So hats off to Manchester and Coach Healy being smart, you know, changing some things up a little bit. We're going to have to see how Notre Dame adjusts.
2:52 remaining here in the third quarter. Notre Dame on top 38-35. Just want to mention the Notre Dame Drama Club getting in the full swing. They're practicing every day, rehearsing every day for Treasure Island at the Collins Auditorium March 15th and 16th. Tickets are online right now. You can pick them up. NotreDameHS.com. Should be a great show. I've watched part of it. It's $10 for the adults, $5 for the students and the senior citizens out there. Go to the Notre Dame website. Check out the ND Bay page, too, while you're there. Bongiorni takes a long pitch down the floor, and he draws the foul. Easton's going to pick it up.
Yep, he is. Notre Dame very close there to backcourt call there. I think they just got that ball over. And Big Joe did a smart job as far as sometimes you want to drive really hard on those and try and finish and you pick up the offensive charge. But he did a nice job kind of holding up and kind of contorting his body and getting number foul on Big Balin Easton.
Bongiorni's been good from the foul line here tonight. Now has 14 points.
Yeah.
On the MaxPrep.com website, it says he's shooting that at about 71% from the free throw line. He's much better than that tonight.
Yeah, for high school, it's actually a pretty good percentage. And like you said, tonight, he's actually shooting much better than that.
Walker picked up by Blackwell inside. Easton looks for the trailer. That's Mack, and he's got 2 more. Edward Mack. Lead remains at 3. This is Blackwell trapped. Finds Walton. Up ahead, Morgus back to Walton. Bongiorni trying to work now on Johnson. Back to Morgus. He's open for the jumper. Won't go. Rebound. Edie quickly to it as Alston couldn't find it.
Great offensive rebound right there by Tajidi, weak side. Manchester really didn't box him out at all. Keeps another one alive.
Bongiorni fouled as he tried to slither through a double team down low. Easton and Johnson both there. Foul will be on Johnson.
Big Joe just working down there. Just working hard, trying to establish position. Manchester has yet to really give an answer for him.
Second foul on Johnson. It's been a spirited contest, and the atmosphere fine tonight. We've been here a couple of nights this year where it's been like a Morgan side.
Yeah, I think a morgue is probably the right word. There is some good energy going on here right now. It's nice. That's what we were talking about before. You know, if you have a quarter of the energy of that student-faculty basketball game we get, nobody would ever want to play in this place.
That's right.
And they're showing some of that energy tonight. It's looking good.
Free throws makes it a 5-point lead, 42-37. Johnson drives, switches left hand, misses a shot, put up his own rebound, the miss, got it back, it won't go. Bonjourni with the defensive rebound. Boy, now they double team him, he's got the elbows going, another foul on Johnson, so he's picked up 2 quick fouls.
Yeah, silly one there. I mean, you know, you want to be aggressive, but when they secure it up, you got to be careful.
That's his third. That brings Lewis Niels off the bench, a junior at 6'2", to come on in for the senior Devin Johnson.
Johnson does some nice things, plays some pretty good defense, pretty athletic.
Morgus, he's playing an alert game tonight. That might be the way. Oh, look at that alert pass on cue. And Edie with 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's guarding Tajidi, but they've lost him a couple of times now. He's made him pay.
So the lead at 10. Dwindled down to 3. It's back up to 7 now. Olsen inside at the block off the window. That big man, Valen Eason, starts to gain some confidence. He could be trouble.
Yeah, he could be trouble. It's a big frame for a young man.
This is Walton off the right. Blackwell. Notre Dame showing some patience offensively. Olsen trying to stay right there tight with Blackwell. Off the screen, and we're going to get a foul here. Maybe a technical foul. No technical, just a foul.
No, it's the 5-second call.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it's going to be, the 5-second? Okay.
Yep, 5-second call.
Yeah.
Lonnie couldn't really quite make up his mind.
Okay.
And usually when you can't make up your mind, you at least want to create some kind of space.
Yeah.
So you can't even chance that call, but
I didn't read that one at all. Didn't see it at all. I thought he was trying to work around that screen of Bonjourni, and then Joe put out his elbow there, so maybe it was a break.
Yeah, maybe it was.
Yeah. Of course, they gave up the basket. Walker. Nearly stolen by Blackwell. Walker, nice. Ew, around it goes and through.
What a finish on that one.
Yeah, that was
beautiful. Almost looked like backcourt, and I guess not. They're saying Lonnie touched it, and what a finish to the hard way.
44-41, 12 seconds remaining in the third. Edie straight on, big shot, got it. 5-point lead. Walker trying to take things over at the offensive end. Get it at the horn. Christian Walker. Wow. 3-point Notre Dame lead through 3. We'll step aside, back with the fourth quarter after these mentions from our sponsors. All right, we'll keep it right here for a moment. That may have frozen up on our director down there.
Yeah, we'll keep it here. 3-point ball game. 46-43. Notre Dame up. This one is close. Manchester's done a great job as far as just changing really the dynamic, the pace of what's going on here right now. Coming out with that full court press has really just sort of turned the feel of this game up a few notches. And Notre Dame, as of late, doing a pretty good job as far as answering some of those mid-range jump shots and finishing. So we're going to see how this fourth quarter goes. From one of our sponsors here, we have GoGreenKnight.com sponsors Decorative and Traditional Painting by DKM, owned and operated by Indy teacher and coach Mr. Donald Martone. They specialize in custom interior and exterior painting. In residential and commercial settings, are fully insured and will be any estimate. Visit them online at www.paintingbydkm.com.
Nice job. Thinking on your feet. TriCaster froze up on us over there. Technical difficulty. beyond our control. This is Morgus out top, Blackwell. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Edie, no good. Rebound, tipped around. It was Mack with the rebound down to Walker. Walker for the three, too strong. Walton chases it down. Double teamed. Did a nice job to throw it off for either Alston or Eason down there.
He did, that was smart.
Down under 7.5 remaining.
Yeah, Notre Dame going back to running their flex offense with the screens on the bottom.
Walton, the three, drained it. That's a line drive.
It was. He finally got one to go down. He's probably missed about 5 or 6 here. He finally got one to go down at a good time.
Walton with 9. Notre Dame up by 6. Edward Mack, top of the key. Alston driving on Morgus, nearly poked away, able to get it back, and he'll throw it out of bounds. Great defense by Edie, too.
It was. That's a big play right there. You get a 3, and then you get a stop, you know, with the potential to go up maybe 2 more here. Big difference, you know, to go from 8 to 3, you know, really quick like that. So let's see what happens if Notre Dame can convert.
Blackwell, no good. Walton knocked to the floor. They call it just hard play. Johnson down, leans in with those long arms, puts it off the window for 2. He's got that long reach, and he used it to his advantage right there.
Yeah, he is long right there. That was a nice finish. Almost looked like somebody might have got hurt over here in the backcourt. That would have been a little bit of a scary scene.
29-45. Notre Dame trying to find that flow offensively.
Yep, Coach Powell yells out motion, trying to settle things down. Look for what they want.
Ryan Morgan looking in, nothing going. Over the screen, shot by Blackwell won't go. Easton on the rebound, quickly to Walker. Through midcourt, down the right side.
Yeah, shot selection on that one. Maybe, I don't think that's what Coach Powell wanted. I think you want to settle, try and work for high percentage if you're Notre Dame.
On its way, drained by Edward Mack. Having himself a game. It's a 1-point game at 49-48.
He is having himself a game, playing some really good, really efficient basketball too.
17 he has tonight unofficially. Edie from the foul line, straight on, will not go. And the Manchester Indians can take the lead here with under 5.5 remaining. Walker, their scorer, with the basketball. Drives the lane, and we're going to get a foul on the floor.
And out of that man-to-man full-court press, I mean, Notre Dame's getting some pretty decent looks. That last shot from Taj, that's a pretty good look. I mean, you want Taj to shoot a shot like that, and hopefully they get some more like that and they can execute. If not, this thing is going to be super close, down to the last possession, really.
Foul on Walton, his second, third on the Green Knights. Both teams have committed 3. Johnson got it, pretty shot. The lead now Manchester's for the first time that I can remember, other than the 2-point lead early on. They lead by 1, 50-49, 5:03 remaining. I don't think our commercials are going to work here, so we'll keep it right here. Of course, you're watching GoGreenKnights.com, and special thanks to all our fine sponsors helping out, including our primary game sponsor tonight, who is Curtis Ryan Honda at D. Marseille and Company, certainly helping us out as they do terrific work. All our sponsors there. So what do you think here? Coming down the stretch, 5:03, Murph. What's going to happen here?
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure what the scoring looks like for Devin Johnson in the second half, but he has done well. Not even just scoring, but on the rebounds. Good defense using his length. And he just scored that last basket. He's been a big factor here in the second half, Devin Johnson, and then Matt continues to stay consistently good. You know, if Christian Walker catches fire, Notre Dame could be in trouble. So I think in their huddle right now, Coach Powell is saying, hey, listen, let's go back to that strong half-court defense. Be patient in the half-court because they've gotten burned by taking a couple of bad threes, maybe at the wrong time, and Manchester capitalized in the other direction. So I don't know, 5 minutes left to go. We're going to see what happens.
Both teams back on the floor. This is Blackwell. Walker ran right by him. Walton, Morgus, Bonjourni inside, working on Johnson. And missed a shot. Morgus looking for the rebound, tipped out of bounds off of Joe Bonjourni, who was on the paint. Laying on the floor.
And Manchester, noticed that so you had Eason down there, and I believe Johnson was down there. Very quickly on Joe Bonjourni. They're looking to come down and help very quickly on that. So we're going to see how Notre Dame adjusts to these quick double teams in the post.
This is Mack, drives, miss, rebound Bonjourni. Great work. Cut right in front of Eason. Blocked him out. This is Edey. Tires controlling the basketball.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was going to size him up for a minute there and let one fly, but he might have heard Coach Powell yelling his play out right here.
Mack stays with him. Morgus takes the basketball out of bounds. Underneath Blackwell. Backdoor for two. It's been working tonight.
It has. That first option on the flex has worked a lot. That first screen that comes across on the blocks, they found that a couple of times.
Three.
Johnson.
Wow. Devin Johnson. He's got 7 here in the fourth quarter, and the lead now 2 for Manchester, 53-51. Edey finds a seam, floats it up in the right hand, it won't go. Morgus rebound, can't get it. Eason on it. And Mack.
Yeah, big possession right here. Manchester up 2. Notre Dame misses on the other end.
Johnson, little fade, no. Notre Dame needs a good possession.
They do. They got to take care of it here. Really work for a good shot, not rush anything. I mean, there's no shot clock. You know, you can be patient. Eventually, you'll get what you want.
Edey is slowing it down a bit. Notre Dame down by 2 at 53-51. Blackwell likes what he sees, missed the shot, however. Ball tipped by Bonjourni, kept alive by Morgan.
Big time tip right there. That was huge for Notre Dame.
And now a foul on Johnson on the reach-in. That's his 4th. Let's see if they leave him in the ball game here with 4 fouls. Now they're going to take him out and bring in Dante Alston, who's been terrific off the bench here tonight.
Yeah, probably smart. I mean, Johnson is hot. You don't want to get him in trouble and get him out of here early.
Alston with 7 off the bench. Edey floats one too strong. Rebound Alston with it. So Edward Mack now down the floor. Mack trying to work on Edey. Looked like he traveled there maybe, huh? A little slip, maybe a little push too.
Yeah, looked like a little bit of a left arm push off there.
Walker looking to create. Working on Bonjourni, stayed with him. Walker draws the foul and count the bucket. Christian Walker.
Yeah, tough shot. Pretty good defense. Nice finish. You know, Coach Powell isn't happy because it kind of looked like a push off, 2 passes before that, but, what are you going to do?
4-point lead now for Manchester, 2:31 left. And it's on its way, and Walker makes it a 3-point play, 56-51. It's the largest lead that Manchester has had. Blackwell fell down, able to find Bonjourni, leans in, and count the bucket, and the foul will be on Galen Eason. Well, they can make it a 2-point game from the line. 2:24 remaining. Wonder what's going through the mind of Coach Powell, huh?
I know it.
Coaching his final game on this floor. That one good.
Big time play right there. I mean, that game could, slowly creeping up on out of reach right there. Manchester comes down and scores a 2 or a 3, but all of a sudden we're right back to 1 possession ball game here, and Notre Dame can play some good defense to get a stop.
We're going to get a timeout on the floor. Manchester will call the timeout, of course, and we'll keep it right here with a score of 56-54 and 2:18 remaining. Just a reminder, more high school athletics coming your way on GoGreenKnights.com on Wednesday, as we'll bring you the hockey game. East Haven and Notre Dame, West Haven at 5. Notre Dame in defense of their Division I State Hockey Championship. That gets underway versus the Yellow Jackets from the Bennett Rink at 5. And of course, if Notre Dame can come from behind now against Manchester, we'll try to get a crew out there to Hill House and New Haven Athletic Center or wherever they were going to play that game.
Yeah, I'll try and see what they can do versus the Academics if they can survive and pull this one out. If not, it'll be a nice game between Manchester and Hill House, but of course we'd like to see the Green Knights pull one out here.
You know, Manchester has some quickness and some athletic ability. They could put a scare into the Academics, likewise Notre Dame. A couple of different styles, however, but
right. Yeah, definitely. And if you know, Walker's hot and Mack hits, and they got their big man Eason, and Johnson again is contributing,
who knows?
It'd be very dangerous.
But this one far from over with 2:18 remaining.
Yep, a lot of time left.
I'm not throwing in the towel yet.
No. A lot of good basketball still here left to go. One possession game.
Walker tripped up by Walton. Play continues on. Johnson back in the lineup, playing with 4 fouls. This is Edward Mack. He's been the lightning in the bottle tonight, I think, huh? Over to Walker, working on Walton. Picks up the dribble, bounce pass inside. Alston stripped of the ball by Blackwell, and jump ball. And are we going to get a timeout by Manchester? Will be their basketball. So great timeout. Good work by Johnson on the floor down the far end.
Yeah, that was very impressive. Again, Johnson just giving them great minutes. Just doing a great job, contributing on all ends. Keep that possession. We'll see what they can make out of it. Making Notre Dame just play more defense.
We got Johnson for 11 points. 9 coming here in the second half, 7 in the fourth quarter. He's flirting with 4 fouls of fouling out of tonight's game, however.
I know, he's right on that line. He's got to be careful. And chances are on the defensive end, you know, he's going to see Joe Bongiorni, one of those big guys down low, and they have a knack for drawing some fouls.
Bongiorni with 19 to lead all Notre Dame scores. Tajidi has chipped in with 12 tonight. Been kind of a quiet 12 for him. Manchester had a 2-0 lead. Notre Dame built a 10-point lead towards halftime, and now it's a 2-point Manchester lead, 56-54.
Yeah, a little bit of some energetic fans over here. I think Mr. Rudy, your phone going over there to make sure everything's all right. Manchester looking to inbound, and they end up with a layup from who else?
Yes, indeed. Kevin Johnson.
Nice curl, nice finish.
Edie hustling down the floor now. Under 2 minutes left, 4-point Manchester lead. No time to panic.
Nope, just got to play some smart basketball, do what's been working the entire game. And they got Mack on him in the post right now on Bongiorni, so I got to figure they're going to get him the ball at some point.
Blackwell. Manchester's very content to have that ball stay out in the perimeter. We're going to get a foul on the reach.
Yes.
Wow, and that's going to be on Mack. That's a 16 foul. First on Mack.
And so I guess that's why they have Mack down there. I mean, he had no fouls on him, you know. And now they switch back and they put Alston on Bongiorni.
Manchester up by 4. This is Edie. Hooks it over. Mazzoni, 4-3. Too strong. Rebound. Battle. Johnson couldn't take it. Walton has it. Stripped and then fouled as he tried to put it back up, and Alston's going to pick it up on the reach.
Yeah, big time offensive rebound. Notre Dame really needed that rebound. Walton came through.
2-possession game right now. So 1:09 remaining. Of course, no shot clock. Green Knights do have a couple of fouls to waste too, Jared. So.
Yeah, they do. It can buy them some time. Really could have used that free throw right there.
Walton tonight, 9 points. Foul shot on its way. Got that one. He's got 10.
Notre Dame coming up full court.
Alston, quick foul. Leon Taj, I believe. Let's wait and see. 15 foul.
Tajer Pizzone, I don't know who picked that up. Did they mark it yet? I don't think so.
No, they haven't. This is Olsen to control. 63 seconds left. Walker down the floor. Defense going to come up big. Walton trying to stay with Walker. Walker drives a reverse. No, ball tipped out. Boy, Johnson got his hands on it again to Walker. This is a dangerous three, and it's good.
I'm not quite sure how he got that ball back after missing that layup there.
61-55. Pizzone on the wing. Too strong. Hustles after the rebound. Tried to throw it off of Mack. Mack long down the floor to Walker. Hesitates and a little kiss off the window for two.
Yeah, Notre Dame got to come over half quick, try and score quick, get a timeout.
63-55. Edie way up high off the window. Bongiorni with a leaner. Got it to go. We get a timeout. 63-57. 19 seconds left. Notre Dame with a foul to waste before Manchester would go to the line here. So,
big time play right there. Wow. Christian Walker drives. Somehow he gets that ball back wide open from the three-point land. Less than a minute left. Knocks it down, you know, turns that 5-point right there, and then they come back and score. Very difficult possession for Notre Dame right there. Excellent play by Manchester.
Walker unofficially with 20 points tonight.
Big second half, huh?
Yes. 13 in the second half. That three on that play you mentioned, certainly the big play perhaps right there, that three after that missed layup on the reverse.
I don't know how he got it back, and I'm not quite sure how it was so open when he shot it. Walker, Johnson, Mack, just big players in the second half. I'm not sure what Coach Healy told him at halftime. Something inspired him.
Absolutely.
And there's no doubt that full court defense affected Notre Dame.
Yeah, it really did. That double-digit lead dwindled quickly, didn't it?
It did.
Well, here we go. 19 seconds left. Manchester with the basketball. It'll be Edward Mack to put it in play. Mack looking. Mack will get it right back from Eason in the foul. 3 seconds came off the clock.
Not quite 1-on-1 yet. One more foul to give.
Yep. Mack to put it in play again. And there's a quick foul by Walton. Now Manchester leading at 63-57 with 16 seconds left. And these are big free throws right here. If he makes them both, Jared, yeah, I guess you'd count it just about over. Make it a difficult time
8
of thing.
points, 16 seconds. We're gonna have to have like a Reggie Miller attack like he did, to the Knicks not that long ago in the 90s. Feels like not that long ago, but apparently we're getting older.
Yes, it was a while ago.
How did that happen?
I would go back to the 90s with a snap of the finger. I don't know about you.
Oh man.
Foul shot, no good. Edie can hit threes. They're down by 6. Comes top of the key. Heaves a three. Too short. Commercial air ball. Yeah. Now the foul. And they foul Walker, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, looked like he got partially blocked on that one. Well, I mean, Notre Dame coming out with a lead that it's almost a best case scenario type start. Good first half. Up by 8 to close it. Manchester just played a totally different second half. Turned up the pressure dial quite a bit. Notre Dame just really didn't have an answer to respond well to that.
Not at all. Walker miss. Walton. Over midcourt. 4 seconds left. Got to get a shot off here somehow. He's fouled. That's going to help. He'll go to the line. Only 1.3 seconds left. Not much help.
No. Took a long time to develop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right there.
So it's been a terrific run for the Green Knights of Notre Dame here in 2012, 13. They certainly turned things around from what they had going on a year ago, Jared.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Just a tough year.
1-19 a year ago, come back around, 15 seed in the state tournament, going 14-6. I mean, that's a pretty impressive turnaround.
Walton 1 of 2. That's going to do it. So Manchester on foreign territory, able to come away with a 63-60 win over Notre Dame. They move on to take on Hill House now on Wednesday. And, well, you know, for Coach Palladino, his run will come to an end right here in his home court. He was looking for his, well, win number 500 as a high school basketball coach. He's got 499, and maybe with a wink of an eye, he'll reappear somewhere. But
yeah,
he thinks it's time for a change here at Notre Dame after a long successful run, and a great run leading the Notre Dame basketball team. So. Oh
yeah, absolutely. You know, a long time, long run. Curious to know what's going through his mind right now. You know, bittersweet, and he's affected and done a lot of kids, a lot of athletes, a lot of coaches. Has done a lot of good things for the school. Tough loss, though.
Absolutely,
loss.
Yeah. Had that 8-point lead, as you mentioned, at the half. And give credit to the Indians. Played some terrific basketball in the second half, in particular Devin Johnson, Edward Mack, and their go-to guy, Christian Walker, when they needed him, he was there.
He stepped up. He found a way to get active. He found a way, you know, to get that ball, make something happen. They generated a good chunk of offense just off that half-court defense there and making Notre Dame do things that they didn't really want to do or rush to things that they wanted to do. You know, your hat goes off to them. They played well. They did a good job. They were down. Pretty hostile environment. It's small in here. It's tight. Crowd is loud. They were cheering. It's not the easiest thing in the world to respond to that. They did a good job.
Well, it's always tough for a senior, too, as we see Mr. Walton consoling Kevin Walton with his high school playing days coming to a close. And I remember those feeling very well as an athlete myself, and then having a son who graduated from high school and all that stuff. So it's it is emotional, but it's part of the process.
It is. I guess we get older.
We do get older.
That's what they tell us. I don't feel old, though. You feel old?
No, I don't feel old.
You don't look old.
No.
You look great, actually. You're tan.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
looking good.
You too.
Energized.
You too. We can't play any commercials, I believe, right? They're still stuck. Yeah. So we cannot play any commercials to end this thing. But certainly, congratulations to Notre Dame for a terrific season. And Coach Powell, we certainly wish him the best. And hopefully another basketball career ahead for him somewhere down the line. But, boy, as you mentioned, quite a contributor, not only in the gymnasium, but in the classroom, too, here at Notre Dame. So that's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Your final score is 63-60. Manchester Indians come to town and they eliminate Notre Dame in round 1 of this Class XXL tournament. They play Hill House on Wednesday. And good luck to the Indians and head coach Bob Healy. All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast. Jared, terrific run here this season.
Thank you. It was a good time.
All right. And the entire crew behind the scenes, great work. We're going to bid adieu from Joe Tonelli Court for the final time here in the 2012-13 season. And we'll be back next year with basketball. Don't forget, Wednesday night we bring ice hockey, 5 p.m. for the Bennett Rink, as Notre Dame will take on the East Haven Yellow Jackets. Goodbye, everybody.